Yesterday we looked at a couple of very fast methods to relax in stressful situations. And just to recap, they included becoming aware of your breathing. Number two was counting to 10. And a third was combining both those for ultra effective speedy techniques. And a third one was making a fist and then very slowly releasing it. That's a kind of a hypnotist trick. I am a qualified hypnotherapist, a clinical hypnotherapist, and I know of a lot of methods to very, very quickly relax your body. Once you do that, your mind becomes a little bit clearer. And it's quite important when you are in stressful situations to be able to clear your mind, because what happens is that you go into fight or flight mode and your body fills with certain chemical compounds such as adrenaline. And the idea is to prepare you for battle, or to make you freeze so that predators who can only detect movement don't notice you, or to run and escape as fast as you can. And what happens is, in certain situations, the blood drains from the centers of your brain, which are used for critical thinking. By critical, I mean weighing up the options and coming to logical conclusions, and they are directed to other more basic organs, such as your limbs, so that you can run and fight, and giving you extra strength. So what we need to do is somehow maintain the blood in the parts of your brain which are capable of critical thought, so that you can assess the situation and think your way out of your stress, rather than merely reacting to it on a fear or anger basis. So later on we'll talk about other methods to almost instantly relax your body. I did write a book a while ago about how to relax, particularly your body, in under 60 seconds. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about ways of dealing with stress once you've gained some sort of clarity. I've made a couple of notes here, so excuse me while I consult them. Right, so yes, it's important to be able to step back and get an overview. That phrase, you cannot see the wood for all the trees. In other words, you're in the middle of a forest and you're surrounded by trees, so you cannot see the forest. You cannot, or the wood being a small forest, apparently. You can't see all the boundaries. You can't see what's going on, simply because all the trees are in the way. And that's quite often the case with a lot of stressful situations in life. You're so busy fighting off all the things which are coming after you one at a time, and it's difficult to sort of get to higher ground so you can see where the main problems lie and dealing with those first. And let's face it, modern life is full of a lot of stressful situations. If you're a parent and you've got lively children, there are going to be times when, with all the love in your heart and all the love in the world, you just need a bit of peace and quiet, and maybe you're not getting it. I'm using lively to mean a lot of different contexts of liveliness. If you are a parent and your children are at school, then there are certain demands made upon you in the normal non-COVID scenario, where you've got to go and pick your kids up. That's a duty. Any kind of duty is or can be a source of stress, unless it's something you absolutely love doing for some reason. Um, you've got all the pressures that school put upon you to find money and resources for certain activities. You hopefully are helping your kids with their homework to understand not just their schoolwork but also ongoing life. So there's all that, and even if you don't have kids, then um, if you're not a stay-at-home parent as well, you've got the pressures of work, you've got the pressures of providing the resources, and all these things can combine to get you into a situation which may seem less than ideal. And I'm sure that my situation when I was in a parental situation would be typical of most, that you're going to work and foremost on your mind are uh, providing things for school. Where do you draw the line? Because some of the demands you just think, well, you know, the resources just can't go that far, so I've got to disappoint, or I'm going to have to make sacrifices in other areas, but I'm going to have to explain all this. Um, there's the fact that you have, in some situations, you've got to do more than one job. How do you balance that with spending some time with your family so that you have a good family environment, and a family environment at the very basic level, full stop, so that you've not got latchkey kids? Um, how do you get enough rest? How do you deal with the demands on your time? How do you deal with the demands of maintaining a good working relationship with your partner? All the depending on your work environment, all the politics at work that are going on, and then ordinary stuff like, vacations, holidays, birthdays, making sure that you know you're getting the best possible family life. And all those things can seem overwhelming sometimes. So when you are overwhelmed, it is important to first of all get the stress in perspective, and the way of getting it in perspective is by first of all getting some way of relaxing. I don't mean like going having a sleep. I mean like we were talking about yesterday, just taking a deep breath and getting yourself calm, and then starting to some sort of process to get things in control. And we'll look a bit more deeply tomorrow at that, but I'm going to suggest something very, very basic, because it works. Basic things work, and that is you're going to need to take stock of everything in life that is causing you stress. So we'll look at that in more depth tomorrow, because I've gone way over my 5 minutes. It's 8.5 minutes. So, right. So, again, thanks for watching. Thanks for your time. Um, there's a like button. It'll help out with the algorithm. And if you're finding this useful, then other people will find it useful as well. And we're here to help. So if you want to help get lower the stress levels in the world, because heaven knows the world needs it at the moment, then please press the like button. And if you want to continue this journey of dealing with stress, then you're probably going to want to subscribe and hit the notification button so that you get told when we've gone live. But there you go. Thanks again.